Hi, we're back and we're at the halfway point. We have now done 50 boards on BBO, and the 190 odd people who've made the final have got half their scores down. Who is doing better? Who is the leading? What's the leading score? How have our guests done? We're going to meet someone who is one of the top all-time ever Jeopardy champions, I believe, called James Holzhauer. Or should we say, who is James Holzhauer? There we go. That's framed in the form of a question. We're going to meet Pete again, see how Pete's done, see how I've done in the first half, and then talk about how it's gone, what our strategy is going to be for the second half, and how we think the event is going as a whole. We also have Team Pete versus Team Steve. We haven't forgotten. We are going to announce the winners of the BBO money you're going to get in the final video, which is going to come out the next one after this one. But you've still got a chance to enter now. We're going to have a total of 10 winners. If you think Team Steve is going to win or Team Pete's going to win, and maybe just wait to see who's currently leading before you hedge your bets. There's going to be 5 Team Peters, 5 Team Stevers for winning some of those money. So please pick your team now in the comments below, and we're about to meet our lovely Pete and our lovely James and talk about some bridge. Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, doing well. Yourselves?
All right, this is Pete. We all know Pete, and this is James Holzhauer. Is that how I say your name?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So James has also made the top 100, and every person who made the top 100 is pretty good. So you must be pretty good with robots, James. How have you found the whole competition so far?
I really like the robot competitions. Some people claim it's not bridge, but I think that's really, it's a different kind of thing. There is, room for kind of the same technique you use at a live bridge tournament, but there's room for other strategies also. And there's a really good kind of game in there of like, what does the robot know based on what I've bid? There are times when I think all top players in these robot competitions will occasionally lie about their hand, and the robot always believes you. And there's definitely ways to use that to your advantage.
As many of us have done for many hands. Yeah. So James qualified. Did you qualify comfortably for both the heats and the semi-finals?
I think so. I don't know. I felt like I was secure in my position, and then I decided to stop buying in.
Yeah. As a lot of people did, I think. It's only the people on the board that carried on going to the end, I think. But yeah, so you've played all the 50 boards on BBO, and you two have also had a go on Funbridge. How have you found that, each of you?
I found it interesting. I had the challenge of I reckon I played worse on BBO than I did on Funbridge, but my Funbridge score was worse because every choice I made, like when I zigged, I was meant to zag, and when I zagged, I was meant to zig. It's just I just couldn't get those choices right. But found it pretty interesting.
Yeah, I would have preferred if they kept the best hand format for the bridge base one, because I don't know, I felt like a lot of the hands I was just watching the robot catch tricks. I finished a little under average on both of them, but I don't know, I zigged a lot of zags myself. So.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise that they swapped it. I think probably given everyone is just manipulating the robots a bit, I think potentially it's less random, but it's random in a different way, I suppose. I think a couple of people said, Adam Kaplan said in the last video, and I think James said when we were chatting earlier, that the lack of signalling potentially hurts you when you're defending a lot more than you were in best hand bridge. So I can kind of see that, but I can also see that just overcalling no trumps on every hand, or opening one no trump with singletons and stuff on every board, just trying to get them to do the wrong thing against you, isn't bridge in a different way. So I don't know. I quite enjoyed the difference, but I kind of wasn't prepared for it. And I haven't yet played my Funbridge hands yet, so I'll let you know how I feel when I've done that as well. So I've been very tired, and so in a second we're just going to have a look at how we did in the first half and what the leading scores are. So Pete, how did you finish in the first 50?
So I finished with, I think, 54.11%. I think I came in 26th.
So just to spoil it slightly, we all know this, but I ended up finishing on 54.12%. 0.02% in 25th place. So given Pete and I have been competing for the whole time, I think it's absolutely amazing that we are 0.01% after 50 boards apart. That's amazing. Where did you come, James? You said about halfway?
Yeah, I see. I finished with a 49.72. It says I'm 110th on the bridge base half. I don't think I did myself any favors on the Funbridge.
Okay, so we will we'll include your score in the final standings. I think we'll do that with everyone who's been taking part in these videos. So we'll make sure, and when I've played my boards, I will message you and let you know how I've done, so you've got a fair thing. So the leading score, are you surprised it's as low as it is?
Yeah. Like, I thought there was no scores in the 60s. To me, like, I was like shocked by that. Like, I was sure people would be trying things and there'd be all kinds of results, but like, I guess it's really hard to keep scoring 60% in like a world-class field over 50 boards.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of factors. As I said, like, a lot of these hands, if you're just following suit the whole time, it's going to be a pretty flat board, and that'll flatten the results a little bit. But also, it's just a very tough field, and, getting that big of an edge over this level of competition is pretty tough.
Yeah, I agree. And I think if you compare them to all our qualifying sets, which were 12 boards, and this is more than 4 times bigger, it's just harder to maintain such great percentages. I mean, my percentages in the semi-finals probably average of all my sets, probably were in the mid to high 50s. So scoring 54% seems fair, if you're including all the bad boards that you can't eliminate. I do like the fact that it is, regardless of whether it should be best hand bridge or not, I do like the fact that it is, you can't discount any bad scores.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you're with me on that. One, it means I'm not playing every day for 5 times a day, but 2,
right.
You can't kind of just keep going until you get a huge score and then hope you get the hugest score out of the rest of them.
Yeah, no, I like that.
So we are going to show the usual thing. We've got some hands. We've each got a hand, and we're going to start with our lovely guest, James. Can you show us a hand? It can come from anywhere. Mine's come from the qualifiers. I don't know about you two guys.
Yeah, 1 second.
There's a chance now. There's a very good chance that we've played the same hand, I think.
Sure. Mine comes from one of the qualifiers also. Okay, I think I've shared it now.
Yep.
All right, so there's 3 passes to you, and in a normal bridge game, you could debate opening 1 spade here versus opening a normal 1 diamond and trying to have a normal auction. 1 spade has a nice advantage of, hopefully shutting out the opponent's hearts, and you get the lead you want coming to you. I would probably open this 1 spade in 3rd or 4th seed, but I think in the robot game, to me, this is like, it's a bit borderline, I guess, but I don't know. Personally, I find that if I have a hand that, you could add a 1.5 to it and it looks like a no trump, or, I would open a no trump except for this singleton, I usually just open a 1 no, and I feel like I have good results doing this. The robot never learns what you're doing. It's just always innocently believes, okay, you have a strong hand. I'm going to lead really passively instead of from my dangerous suit. And, maybe that's the right strategy against other robots at match points, but I don't know. I just feel like they play such poor defense, especially on the opening lead, that it works to open these 1 no. So partner gives you a lift to 3 no. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to click on the the screen share. Okay, here we go. So you get the Queen of Diamonds opening lead, and there's so there's a little bit of operating on the auction, but there's some good technique in this hand also. So you might be tempted to duck this lead. It kind of looks at first glance like it might make sense, but there's a couple problems with that. One is you really don't want them switching to hearts. You need to lose the lead to set up your club suit here, and if they clear the hearts, that's a real problem for you. But the bigger one, you look at this lead, and the robots like to lead pretty passively. So this is almost surely a Queen Jack 10 combination, and if that's Queen Jack 10 from 5, then you have a real problem if you duck this one, because they can now play another diamond, and East King is going to go under the ace, and now you've unblocked the suit for West to run 3 winners after that. So it's important we go up with the ace here. Right-hand opponent does unblock the king, which is probably a good move, but it's not going to be enough here. So now you just want to kind of get your clubs going, and the most natural way I found is to lose a trick to West. Probably what's going to happen here is West will catch a couple of diamonds, and now that actually establishes an extra winner for you, because the opponents are, they don't want to take a couple hearts here because you have 15 points. So, looking at that dummy, They see all these
Yeah.
missing points in diamonds, and they're like, okay, that's West probably has one heart on her, but he assumes East has, or that South has the other one, so it's dangerous to break open that suit, and so they do in fact do this. Of course, pitch a spade from dummy because you can't forward card from any of the rounded suits. And now, they have two heart winners, but they, the robot does, I believe that what the bridge-based robots do is they conduct a simulation of some hands that are consistent with the auction and play up to that point. And they're never going to simulate a hand where you're missing the ace king of hearts, because how could you have that hand? There's too many high card points missing. So they lead another diamond here, and now once the clubs break, you're just good to go with plenty of winners. And yeah.
Yeah, it's very
So
nice.
I also liked that here you cashed all the spades in case there's a chance that East had like ace king of hearts and the clubs or something. Can you squeeze?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, or they don't, and they just throw a club away thinking, oh, it doesn't matter because Clara must have the missing heart on her I haven't got. The other good thing with ducking a club, again, you don't show the king of clubs. So at trick 1, you have 15 points and they know none of it. Or trick 2, they know none of it. You haven't shown a single high card point in your hand. So West is going to know you have quite a few, and they're going to make the least costly switch against your perceived holdings. And so the more you show them, if you go club to the king, club to the ace, club, both defenders know clubs are coming in and they might need to, cash out, and they know you've shown the king of clubs and things, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
I was going to say, like, if you cash spades as well, like some people might say, "Oh, I've got 4 spades. Let's take those, see what happens."
I think
revealing your hand.
A difficult thing for advancing players is to kind of think about what the opponents don't know. You know what the correct technique is. Like sometimes okay, the defense has me set if they work it out, but if you can conceal that information from them as long as possible, maybe you can come home with an impossible contract sometimes.
It can even be just putting them to the guess straight away. I hate having to guess at trick 2 what to do. I get that wrong so often, but if I'm doing it trick 8 or trick 9, it's so much easier to know what to do, to know what to keep. So putting them back in straight away when you've still got a diamond stop is probably the best play.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Pete, what have we got?
All right. So this one was from the finals. This was one of the earlier boards I played. Okay. So I had this very nondescript flat 4-3-3 hand, and partner opened a diamond in 4th chair. Bidding 1 heart was normal, but with the 4-3-3, I wanted to make sure I tried to play no trump. So I hid my heart suit and just bid a no trump. And then partner jumped to 3 clubs, forcing. I could have bid 3 diamonds, but I didn't really see what I was hoping for. All my points are in the majors, so I just bid 3 no. And I got a spade lead. So here, straight away, I was counting my winners. I've got 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, a spade. Kind of looks like I need 4 club tricks on this. So I won the first spade and then led the 10 of clubs, and this held. And then another club, and that held. I was like, good news. I was like, I made this. But what would you two think to do now?
Well, so the key, I guess, is whether you can trust that 2 of spades lead to be 4th best here. I don't know. The robots do weird stuff sometimes, but it's pretty noteworthy that you saw the queen of spades from East. It's a very telling card for the distribution here. So we're probably looking at West having ace jack and some others. I don't know. I mean, if I read the spade to be 4th best, I would try to exit a spade here and hope to negotiate some kind of squeeze on the red suits on East.
Yeah. So here, what I was thinking is I've hidden my heart. So I really wanted, if I could set up a spot where I can pitch a heart, they're not going to ever guard their 4th round of hearts was my dream.
You need to pitch a heart from each hand as well, don't you?
Yeah. So I wanted to exit a spade here and just pitch a heart from each hand. But it's worth noting, like, other things you could do, like you could maybe go ace of hearts, king of hearts, heart, hoping heart to 3-3. Oh, sorry, duck a heart. Or you could duck a diamond trying to set them up. But the opponents have 3 spade winners minimum. And if you give them a red trick, we're not getting any more tricks. So here I decided to exit a spade.
If spades are 5-3, you're still fine anyway.
Yeah, I've still got my 9 tricks. It's an important one that, like, when you've got, like, you want to work out how many tricks the opponents can cash out. And if when you cash that out yourself, if you're leaving them with the same amount, try something. I wasn't exactly sure where I was getting my extra trick here. So I exited a spade. The opponents wouldn't cash their spade. I was like, oh, that's disappointing. So
because you can't have 4 spades, so it's like that's illogical, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they know, but like if I'm trying to exit spades, why do they need to cash them out? I guess like maybe they're worried about squeezing their partner. But they exited a heart here. So I resigned myself to just taking my 9 tricks, but I took the club finesse, and now I thought, you know what? They've still got only 3 spades. I trusted that too. So I went ace of diamonds, and here I saw a spade pitch. So I was like, awesome. I exit the 8 of diamonds, and spades actually got blocked by this stage.
Oh my God.
So got the ace of hearts and the beer card.
Okay.
I'm like, there's no way you can make the beer here. There's no way. No way. I didn't think about it.
It's funny. I was thinking to myself, the robots never lead away from an ace jack against no trump, but
not from a 4 card. Not from a 4 card.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
well done.
So I tried exiting a spade here is called a suicide squeeze, but they refused it, and I was like so devastated. But managed to get that small chance, just knowing that that was the 2. So I was pretty sure they'd only had like I could mess around so much on this hand and still got there. So I really like this one.
Nice. Yeah, the 2 of spades could be trusted. The queen, not so much.
Yeah.
That's a partner who knows their partner never leads from a king, you see.
yeah.
To the queen. So, my partner's never got the king here. I'll play the queen. All right. So I've got a very short hand and then another short hand. I've got an opening lead problem and then a bidding problem. So I've got no play hands today. So I thought I'd just vary it a bit. Both from the final. So I will share both of them now. Is it that one I want? It is. So yeah, I'll just get rid of this little white space here. So here we have another. You'll notice in the Pete and I have both given. Pete gave a 6 count. I've got a 7 count here. This happened a lot more because obviously it's not best hand bridge, and I'm defending 3 no jumps. So West opens a diamond, East bids a no jump, and West bids 3 no jumps. What are your choices of leads, and what do you think you should lead on this hand? Do you think?
So I might give a different answer playing with a human, but I mean, I hate all my choices to be clear, but I think probably the Jack of Spades seems like the least damaging card to me. One of the problems with the robots is they assume that you're playing their game and leading super passively, so it's often nonsensical to try to set up a suit. Here, the clubs don't look like they're really a great option to run anyway. Snow Trump is often based on club length. I mean, I don't really want to lead anything, but I think the Jack of Spades is what I would settle on.
I am weirdly, vaguely interested in a diamond lead. I don't know why. So I'm trying to work out like where all the majors are. Like partner could have overcalled a spade, and like partner's probably got like 9 points or something. 8. Maybe they could have less than that. So they might just be too weak to overcall. But if I thought partner could overcall a major and didn't, I don't think I'm finding them with a 5-card major. So I'm like, well, where are all the majors? I don't really like leading a club. Anytime I see the auction go a diamond pass or no trump, I always think that's like going a diamond pass a club. And my hand seems weak enough that I'm not that interested in it. I reckon I would choose between a red suit.
Yeah. So I'm in the same boat. I think if my clubs were more solid, Jack 10, 8 to 5 or something, I would lead a club. Not necessarily because I think it's the best lead, it's because it's not going to give a trick away. But here, anything could give a trick away. So how many spades is partner marked with is what I did. I'm trying not to give a trick away. So how many spades is partner marked
4.
with?
4.
At least 4. Yeah, they're unlikely to have 6 because we know they've probably got around a 6 or a 7 count or something, and they might have preempted with spades with 6 of them, but they might have 5 poor ones. They might have like a 6 or 7 count and 5 poor ones, but you know they've got at least 4. So there's a very good chance that when you lead the Jack of Spades, partner's got Queen 10 to 4 or something, or Queen 10 8x or whatever, or just 10 9 to 4, and you haven't given a trick away. So my goal in the hand is not to try and beat the contract. We're not playing teams. I just thought I'd lead a spade, and I led the Jack of Spades. Are we happy with our lead?
No.
Would you like to change it to a club?
I still don't think I want to change it to a club. A diamond looks okay, I think.
Yeah, but again, if Declarer's got Jack X of diamonds, that could be bad as well. So
Sure.
I ended up leading Jack of Spades. Could partner possibly have Ace Queen to 5? Yes.
Unbelievable.
So I led the Jack of Spades. A partner probably, a human would possibly just overcall a spade just because your favourite ball, you've just got to be bidding on these hands at match points. There would be some humans that pass. It's not clear cut, but I think most top players just have to bid a spade here, just at these colours, and hearts haven't been bid yet. And so it goes there, and now East is in a bit of trouble, you see, because what happens is they play a club back and they take out East's 1 entry to their hand. They've only got 1 club entry, you see. So they used it now just in case the Jack of Clubs fell. And now what did they do? Well, they have to take a red suit finesse, but whichever one they take, they can't get back to the hand to take the other one. And so now I got in again with a Queen of Diamonds, and I played another spade for want of nothing better to. I couldn't believe partner had Queen 9 to 4 left, and we cashed out for 1 off or 2 off, I think, and that was like a 90% reward. So that was what I think is the best of a bad option. And then I had another hand, if you don't mind me showing a second one, where if I just stop sharing this one and then start showing another one. And this is, you know me, I'm not very good. I'm not as good as Pete. I can't do the bidding with you. So I had 2 spots in this hand where I had decisions. Okay. And I'm wondering whether you'd agree with either of these decisions on the hand. First decision is what to overcall over a dime. Now you can see how the rest of the auction pays off, and you don't know whether this is a good or a bad result at the end of it. But over a diamond, when it's gone past a diamond, what are your thoughts as to what to bid with this hand?
Either 1, 3, or 4. I reckon I personally would just bid 4 spades.
Because, shrug, you've got 7.
Because I'm Australian and that's what we do. We overbid these hands all the time.
Well, so your considerations are the vulnerability, which is very favorable, and then your shape, which is gross. I think I would bid 4 spades here because, if the opponents come in over 3 spades with hearts, you're not going to like it. And I don't know. I mean, sometimes you're going to go for 800 into their game, but that's bridge. And I think you give them the hardest time by bidding 4.
Yeah, I think that's it's between 3 and 4 for me. I just looked at the worst possible shape I can have, and I also have 10 high card points, so I don't necessarily think there's a bit of logic that when you preempt to 4 hearts, it says compete if you've got spades. When you preempt to 4 spades, it basically just says double me. So I think if you bid 4 spades here, you often just say double me. And when they don't, they often just volunteer 5 hearts and get raised to 6 when one of them's got a short spade. So I think if you bid 3 spades, when they bid 4 hearts, it might go pass. I don't know whether I was passing that. That's another question. But when they bid 5 hearts over 4 spades, you sort of push them to a slam whenever someone's got a short heart. And I think if I didn't have ace king of spades, knowing that they can't make 6 if they've both got 2 spades, I might just bid 4 spades, but I decided to bid 3. So I don't know whether that's right or not. The danger is when your partner's got the stiff spade, you're going for 800, I think. Probably.
Yeah.
So I bid 3 spades rightly or wrongly. 4 spades may have worked better than that. I think it does. But I bid 3 spades. And West bids 4 spades. East bids 5 diamonds. Okay. They've been 5 or minor. I'm fine with that. And then West bids 6 clubs. Where have they come from? Pass to you. Now, if you bid 6 spades, you're going to get doubled. And that's what I did. What do we think about bidding 6 spades the second time? Because I'm not. This took me a long time, and I was streaming this, and I gave all my thoughts to my stream, what I was thinking. when I was doing this.
So let's see. You can afford down 5 here, right? I'm doing my math correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just for the people at home, it's 1, 3, 5, 8, 11. That's fine.
Yeah, and they're going to make 1370 here if they make the. So yeah.
So do we have 7 spade tricks? Is the first question.
Right.
The other question is, are they making 6 clubs?
Well, you've got Queen X of clubs is really bad. If they bid 6 diamonds, that's a different matter. If like West volunteered 6 diamonds, your Queen of clubs might make a trick. But when they bid 6 clubs and you've got 10 points and they've bid 6, I couldn't imagine that your Queen of clubs wasn't just dropping.
Well, if there's a guess for the Queen, they're going to get it wrong probably on this auction. That's a nice consideration in our favor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think I would find the 6 spade bid, but I can see a good argument for it.
So what went through my mind at the time was that I didn't bid 4 spades because I might go for 800. But when West bid 6 clubs, how many spades have they got?
Probably 1 or 0, I would guess.
And now partner's more likely to have spade length, because before I'm worried about bidding 4 spades with a singleton. So now I think, well, hang on a minute. Partner just needs to have 3 spades and I've got 7 spade tricks, or Queen X, or even an entry. And then, it's unlikely they've got an entry, but they could have a slow entry or something, and the spades could be 3-0 or something. And I don't know. So I think it's probably right to just bid 4 spades straight away, and I didn't, and I was annoyed, and I bid 6.
Regretting it.
I bid 6. And if I go to next hand, they led. I think partner. I looked at dummy and I thought, oh, what an awful dummy. And then they led the Queen of Spades. I'm like, that's fine. I'm not going to lose a spade now.
Yeah.
If he led a small single, so I'd be fine as well. So that's the full hand. So 6 spades is a good sack against 6 clubs. Partner's got the 10 of clubs, so they either do or don't have a guess in clubs, depending where the jack is. And if we look at the full hand, the jack's on side. So if you bid 4 spades, you actually got to play there and went for 500 and got a great board.
I was going to say that's a big consideration here, is that, if a lot of people are in 4 spades double, at least you have some chance of beating 6 clubs. You have no chance of beating those tables if you bid 6 spades here. So
yeah. So actually got 62% for this, weirdly.
Oh.
But I was the only one in the field in 6 spades. So everyone either bid 3 spades and shut up, or bid 4 spades and won the board. But weirdly, more people bid 3 than 4, which surprised me. I thought this would be a bad board, but if you look at the Traveller, there were more people in Slam than in 4 spades.
Surprised by the 6 club bid.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was crazy when I saw dummy.
Robots.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy. I thought with a diamond fit as well, and East bid 5 diamonds.
Yeah.
Didn't understand it, but I mean, listen to the bidding, not what they've got in their hand, I guess. So I was lucky there, but people, if you looked at some of the boards, people were overcalling a no trump with my hand. People were doing all sorts of weird stuff. And as soon as you don't overcall, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
as soon as you don't overcall 4 spades straight away, you don't get to buy the hand. And now you have to save in 6 spades to get a good board. So bad first bid, and I saved it a bit at the end, I think. So maybe. I heard someone was talking to me about just opening 4 spades versus 4 hearts, just opening. And they said that 4 hearts is a winning opening and 4 spades is losing, because 4 spades just says double me. And 4 hearts puts them to more guesses than 4 spades does. So I've kind of been trying this out in bids and auctions and stuff, and I actually think there's some merit to it. Maybe it's not as adamant as the guy who was making it out to be, but I definitely think there's something there.
No, I agree.
So, yeah, right. Well, that's it. So far, I'm halfway through. You guys are done. You're not going to tell the crowd exactly what score you're on. I believe as soon as you finish on Funbridge, you do get to see your rough final placing, do you, with all the other finishers?
Yep.
Yeah, because Funbridge has carried over the BBO scores. The accounts are synced. So when I finish playing, I will message you and let you know what I've done. But if they did another one of these in a year's time, or 2 years' time, or 5 years' time when we've rested, would you give it another go, guys? Do you think?
Yeah.
I like the challenge of the robot tournaments. I think they're again, not the same thing as Live Bridge, but it's an interesting challenge in its own.
I'm huge fan of competitive robot tournaments. I reckon it's been really popular. I've enjoyed it, had a good time. Yeah, absolutely would play it again.
Yeah, the standard in the semi-finals was great. I thought that was it really kind of made me buckle down and focus. So yeah, and the standard in the final, obviously not best hand bridge, but it's still good. Everyone's still a tremendous card player. You have to be to like what James was saying. You need to be aware of what you're hiding from the robots. You need to be aware of what you're showing, what they think you've got, what they think you think they've got, and that sort of thing. And so you need to be a great card player there. And so you've been testing yourselves against people from all around the world. I think it's been great. So it's been good.
I reckon two things that I would want to like adopt for future. So the first is, I reckon in the final, I reckon if they had like best or second best hand, I reckon that gives you the chance that maybe you got to defend, but you don't get super flat boards. You'll usually have some decisions on it. I reckon that sort of cuts out like the really boring ones, but gives you some more bidding things.
I like that idea.
Yeah. And the other thing that I'd want to see is there's like a few spots that people will frequently abuse the robot's bidding system, where the robot, it's not like the robot has choices afterwards, basically. So I'd want them to like go through and just sort of like fix up some of those. Look at like the most abused spots and see which are they happy with, which aren't they, and if they can do anything with ones that they aren't happy with.
I think I prefer signaling from partner.
Yeah.
Even if it was just high encouraging at trick one, just that, so I know whether they're roughing it or not. I've got ace king. Are you getting a rough, or am I giving a rough and discard? I don't know currently. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I think it's been great. I think it's been really good, and I think obviously they'll learn lessons. They'll work out, whether the number of days we're playing is sensible, whether the number of boards we're playing or sets we're playing is sensible, or whether people want to do that, whether the number of qualifying spots. There's so much room for tweaking things, and I'm sure that some format of this again in the future will attract a similar amount of players, I think. And I don't know. Again, I've got some friends. I've got a friend who came second in the eBridge Cup 2, which was the event that you. Either you forgot about the eBridge Cup or you didn't qualify for the semi-finals. You got to play the eBridge Cup 2, and a guy from New Zealand called Paul Freeland came second in that. So well done him. And I imagine that maybe that sort of competition might be good for people who are, slightly newer players or want a slightly less stiff competition. I think, things like that are good too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, James, it's been a pleasure to have you. I will let everyone know the score when we do our final wrap-up video, Pete and I. And so you're going to have your final score and placing mentioned with a few other people. Pete, I'm still trying to stay ahead of you, so I'm playing my real bridge and my Funbridge ones. My Funbridge ones this evening, I think. And I will let you know how I've done. But from Pete, James and myself, thanks for joining us, and watch out for that one final video where you see how everyone's done, and we have a final wrap up.
Thanks, everyone.
See you later. Bye. And there we have it. They've both played their Funbridge events. I'm going to be playing mine shortly, but tune in for the final video where not only will you see whether I've beat Pete or whether he's beaten me, you're going to see how all our guests have done, the guests we've had who've made the final, how they've done, and we're going to look at the top few placings and how they've done, who they are, and what final score you can get after 100 boards of high quality bridge. Tune in for the next video to see the final standings, and I've been Steve, and I will see you then.